raise your hand. TR, go ahead.
Michael, what did you get out of that outing, please, sir?
I got my ups in, pitch count, got to face kind of our A lineup. Well, pretty much everybody. I think that would be, in the starting lineup. So I felt like I was getting more game action, more, realistic live action out of that.
What do you need to? You got one start left. What do you need to be major league ready for the Colorado Rockies?
I feel like my stuff's there. I just feel like the pitch count, just getting my ups in, getting my pitch count a little bit higher. I don't know what it was today. I think it was in the 80s maybe or something like that. So, repeating that, getting closer to 90 or 100, and, I'll be ready.
Other questions, please. Jeff.
Hey, I'm just wondering what you have noticed from from Jose Trevino since that start last year in New York, and how things have developed between you guys and him and the rest of the pitching staff.
Yeah, I think he's learned pretty quickly what I like to throw and what counts, and then if I do shake, I feel like he has an idea where I want to go. So we're more on the same page now. Goes without saying how good he is back there with catching and framing and blocking and throwing, all that. So I think he's going to be a big contributor this year. I like throwing to him, but there's some other guys obviously on the team too that I like throwing to.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions, Stephen?
Mike, what are you learning about pitching in the stadium? I mean, I know it's been a couple kind of game atmosphere kind of like things, but what are you learning about it? How important is it to kind of get this experience before you pitch a season there?
It's a little bit cooler out than the other stadium. So, no, I feel like it's still a pitcher's park. It kind of flies a little bit down the lines and stuff like that, but in the gaps and in center, it doesn't really go anywhere. So, not really going to change a whole lot how I pitch. But getting feedback from the guys that hit BP every day and how the outfielders are seeing it, not flying as much as it did last year in the other stadium. Like I said, the roof with it being air conditioned is obviously a plus. I feel like I'm not as overheated out there, not sweating as much, I don't get as tired, I guess. But it feels like Houston or another indoor stadium.
Did you get any sense of difference of pitching at this time of the day as opposed to when you did the first one earlier in the day?
Yeah, this is more realistic. I told Woody whenever he brought it up, I said I'm all for that because spring training we play all the day games, then all of a sudden the season starts and it's all night games mostly, with a few the day games on Sundays or Wednesdays or whatever it is. Whereas this, where we can kind of do what we want to do, makes more sense to have a bunch of the night games that way. The first week or two, we're not trying to adjust. We can adjust now and then hit the ground running.
Other questions for Mike? Levi.
Hey, Mike.
So Levi.
Results have been pretty impressive as far as numbers go. Double-digit strikeouts. It seems like you are pretty well ready to go. Do you put much stock in those results as far as a setting like this, or is it more about like how your stuff feels coming out of your hand and whatever it looks like on the stat sheet doesn't matter?
Yeah, it's kind of both. But I'm getting a lot of feedback from the position players that we're sharing the same dugout. So I face them and then I'm going to the same dugout and then I talk to them. So they're kind of telling me what they see or, how the ball is reacting or what they see on their end and how the ball is moving. And, if I throw a certain pitch, hey, you should have maybe thrown this, or if you had thrown this, you would have got me here, or you'd have, whatever it is. So it's pretty nice to have that game action, but we're having feedback because we have the relationships.
Other questions? Evan Grant.
Oh, jeez.
Hello, Mike.
Wait, you got your Walkman on? What is that?
It's a little headset so I can actually hear better.
Okay.
I wanted to play off what Steven asked a little bit. If let's say a guy was going to be a free agent after this year and was looking at parks or looking at teams to go to,
how attractive do you think this park and this environment now is?
I think it's very attractive. I think I've said that since last year, especially with Woody coming over and all the coaching staff and I guess the camaraderie or the team, you know.
No, I'm just talking about the stadium itself. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
not
yeah. I mean, the stadium itself. I feel like that. You know, it kind of speaks for itself in that regard of like being air conditioned, being indoors. With Texas, I would say maybe not the other stadiums because you can go to San Diego, LA. There's other stadiums that are outdoors that are nice, but now that Texas is indoors, I feel like it's going to be way more on the radar than guys that you come over. And I've had countless guys tell me how bad it is to play in Texas in the previous years. Asking how we do that all the time. How do we take batting practice? How do we go out there? How do guys take ground balls or anything? So now that we have the indoor stadium, that's not an issue.
Thank you very much, sir.